Hi everyone, a very good morning to all. Today we are going to study about question number 51, that is about reflection. Reflection at plane surface. Let's see what kind of questions will be asked based on this. So the very first thing what we have to understand here is what is reflection and laws of reflection. When there is an interface, interface means which separates two different media, and when a light falls on the surface, then if it bounces back to the same medium, it is not entering into another medium, such that when you draw a perpendicular at the point of incident, that is called normal, it is making some angle that we call it as angle of incidence, and this reflection happens such that the reflected light makes same angle, that is r equal to I with the normal. So this bouncing back of light, so simple way what you can say is bouncing back of light into same medium, we call it as reflection, into same medium. And laws of reflection nothing but angle of reflection always equal to angle of incidence, and incident ray comma normal and reflected ray lie in same plane. All the three must lie in same plane. That is what laws of reflection. Now the next thing is what are the rules in image formation by plane mirror. See, when there is a plane mirror, if incident rays are coming like this, then they appear to come to this point, and that is called virtual object. Then we get real image. So image means intersection of reflected rays, object means intersection of incident rays. If suppose there is one real object, then rays will go and hit and they reflect. Then if you extend them back, then this will become image, that is virtual image. So whenever you stand in front of the mirror, the image formed is virtual image. And always in case of plane mirror, when object is at a distance x, then image also forms at the same distance. That we represent with u and v. So u always equal to v. Or when object is moved towards or away from the mirror by a distance x, then image also moves either towards or away from it by x. But in the case when object is fixed, here mirror is fixed, but here object is fixed and mirror is moving towards or away by x, then image will move towards or away by 2x. Even velocity also same thing. If object is moving when mirror is fixed, then object and image speed is remain same. If object approaches, image also approaches with the same speed. If the object recedes away from the mirror, then image also recedes away from the same mirror with the same speed. But when mirror is moving, then image speed is double that of object speed. So based on these things, the questions can be asked. See, it's very rare that the question can be asked based on the only reflection at plane surface most of the times. But this reflection of light at plane surface, when you study, then you will understand the remaining things easily and how to apply the geometry in solving numericals and how to understand the object and image. That comes from here only, basic thing. Like what is the difference between virtual object, virtual image and real object and real image. So those differences will be there in every case. Now the next thing is, what are the number of images formed by two plane mirrors inclined at an angle? See, when two plane mirrors are inclined at an angle theta, and on the bisector if there is an object is placed, the number of images is 360 by theta. So here the number should be always odd number. If suppose it is even, then it will become 360 by theta minus 1. If n equal to 360 by theta is odd, then that is the number of images. So that is what one simple thing you need to remember. Just remember this symmetric case only. If it object is placed asymmetric, then possibilities will be different. But just remember this simple case. This is enough. In case if they ask the question, then you can answer it. Now, one more thing also, you remember that deviation of reflected light. See, when there is a light falling and getting reflected, this is the original path and then it got reflected like this. Then what is the angle is? This is I means, this is also I. So the angle of deviation is 180 minus 2I. Because the total angle is 180 and this angle is I plus I 2I. So the deviation will become total 180 minus 2I. So sometimes they can ask what is the deviation produced in the path when light got reflected from an interface, from the boundary. So let's see some few numericals. But before that, one more thing also I will tell you. Just remember that the height of mirror to see your full image is half of your height. If your height is h, the height of the mirror should be half of your height when you are standing in front of it. Then you can see your full image. Now, one more time, sometime they will also ask, like you are standing in the middle of the room and one mirror is there in front of the, on the wall in front of you. And if you want to see the total height of the wall behind you, then the height of the mirror should be 1/3 of the height of the wall behind you. So like that, those all things you can solve with the simple geometry only by drawing ray diagram, reflection. Now let's see few examples based on this reflection at plane surface. The very first thing is, a ray of light is incident at an angle 30 degrees with the plane of a plane mirror. Find the angle of reflection. So there is a plane mirror and a ray of light is incident at an angle 30 degrees with the plane of the plane mirror. See, this angle they are telling 30 degrees. With the plane of the mirror, it is making 30 degrees. That means this will become normal, then angle of incidence will become 60. Then it will reflect at an angle same 60 degrees. That means angle of reflection equal to angle of incidence. Now how much in this situation? 60 degrees. Like that, simple. If you can draw the diagram and if you can apply the simple geometry, then you can solve the questions based on this. Now similar way, one more such question. A point object is at an angle of 30 degrees from the plane mirror as shown in figure. If O dash is 2 meter, then find the location of image. See here, now this is the distance of object from the mirror actually. Then image should form at the same distance x. So like this, because this reflection light will go, so you can take it like this. Now how can we find this x is, if you consider this triangle like this, O dash and this point, let's say M or A, anything. Then this angle is 30 and this is 2, this is x. Then if I take sine 30 degrees, then that is opposite by adjacent to. So x equal to 2 sine 30, that is 2 into 1 by 2, that is 1 meter. That is the x value, nothing but distance of the object from the mirror. So nothing but that is the position of image from the mirror. Our distance between object and image is 2 meter. Now one more question. Consider a ray of light is incident on a plane mirror M. If deviation produced by the mirror in the incident light ray is 120 degrees. That means this is the actual direction. This is the deviation. And the deviation is 120 they are telling. Then find I and R. So here the deviation formula is 180 minus 2i, that is 120. So that 60 equal to 2i. So I equal to 30 degrees, nothing but that is also equal to what? Angle of reflection. According to laws of reflection, angle of incidence must be equal to angle of reflection always. See, as I said, simple geometry always needed. Now here, a point source of light S is placed at a distance L in front of the center of a mirror of width D, hangs vertically on a wall. A man walks in front of mirror along a line parallel to the mirror at a distance 2L from it as shown. Find the greatest distance over which you can see the image of light source in the mirror. See here what happens is, this is the mirror. Now here source is there. Now you are walking along one particular line like this. Now when light reflects from the edge, it will reach one point. So here he will start watching the image, and at other edge when it reflects, it will reach another point. Till this point he can reach, he can see the image. So that here this value is L and this value is 2L. Then this also will become how much? L. Then here this is reflection. This is also reflection. Now you have to find out this total length, where this is they have given as D. Then how much is this one? How to find it? Now see here this is angle of incidence I. Now this is also I. Now if you take the small triangle, this is I and this is D by 2 and this is L. And if you take this big triangle, this is I and this is 2L and this is, this one, we don't know, let's say X. This one is X. Now here sin I equal to D by 2 by L. Here sin I is X by 2L. So LL cancel. So X equal to D. So this is D. Then this will also will become D. Then the total width will become D plus D plus D. How much? 3D. So that way, as I explained you have to take reflection rules. You have to take simple geometry. Then you can find the questions based on reflection at plane surface. Now similar way, one last and final question. See, as I said, the number of images between the two plane mirrors inclined at some angle. Then you have to check n equal to 360 by theta, whether it is even or odd. Based on that, you can decide the number of images. So divide and check whether it is even or odd. Then accordingly, whether you have to take 360 by theta or 360 by theta minus 1. So that way you need to understand. Now, some numericals, similar kind of numericals I have given as an assignment. So please just try to solve. And based on this thing, there are no questions from NCERT. That's why I have not given. So just try to solve all these questions. So thank you all. We'll continue in the next lecture with the next question. Thank you.